I have an Hermes unboxing for you. On the website, it looked beautiful. If you saw my last Hermes unboxing, this goes with that, hint hint. Something I've been curious about, so I picked it up. We're gonna open it, we're gonna try it out, we're gonna see what we think, and then we'll go from there. So stay tuned. Hi YouTube, Autumn Beckman here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My channel is all about luxury living on a budget, from high-end luxury handbags and small leather goods like this piece to the everyday luxuries of life. If that sounds interesting to you, please make sure you subscribe, click the bell notification icon to be notified when I post new videos, and be sure to like the videos that you enjoy. This, like I said, is a pre-loved Hermes unboxing. I purchased it from The RealReal. It's something I'm just curious about. Is it something I need? Not at all. My receipt, bubble wrap, and the item, which already looks a little larger than I thought it would be, which could pose a problem, although I did measure it out before I purchased it, so I don't know. That's why I said we're gonna play around with it and we shall see. Let me see, what is the front? Here is the front. Ooh, it's so soft, this leather. It's lovely, and it's more stiff than I thought too, and we'll talk about this. Okay, let's do the reveal, please. Get to it, woman. All right, here it is. This is the Hermes Agenda. Boy, this is a little different than I thought it was. Okay, the Hermes Agenda GM. It is, I have no idea. You Hermes people can help me out here. What kind of leather is it? And what's the color? It has the white stitching. Is it gold? Is it some other shade? It's going to be hard to tell on camera. Let's take a look at it here. So let me show you another Hermes Agenda that I have. An agenda cover, which I've shown you before. I have this one that I also purchased from The RealReal. This is in a turquoise. I don't know the official color, and it opens up like this. This book is a third-party one that I got. This is very floppy. There's no structure to it at all. There's no clasp to it, and it has this front pocket and the Hermes stamp there, and it has a back pocket, and it has on the top and bottom these two hooks. You can get Hermes spiral notebooks that are supposed to fit in here, which I've never done with this size. I should probably do that because I don't like this notebook. It's too stiff. I showed you in my previous Hermes unboxing that inside my desk agenda, I'd purchased this 2021 Hermes calendar, an agenda refill, which looks like this, and it is in the large GM size, and it has that spiral. And I talked in that video about how maybe I should get a GM Agenda by Hermes for my Hermes notebook. So that is what I've tried to do here. So I just slipped my notebook out so I can try it in the agenda, but first let's take a peek at this. Since this one has such a floppy cover, I was thinking, well, this cover is going to be floppy too, because that's the only experience I've ever had with an Hermes notebook cover, and it is not at all. There is something inside of here that makes the front and back cover stiff, and also the spine. I can distinctly feel three different pieces of something, and then there's a strip on each corner where it's just leather and there's not whatever it is inside that is making it stiff. Also, on the little tab here, I don't know if you can see, if I can get the lighting just right, but there's something on the end of that tab to make that stiffer as well. And I suppose that's to help it go through the little loop easier, I would guess. Once we slip that out and open it up, here's the interior. So it just has the pocket on the one side, has the Hermes stamp. It has a little pen loop here, and then again it has those two loops, and you can see right there that the metal piece goes all the way top and bottom, and then it has the hooks sticking out of the top and bottom. We're going to try to put the notebook in there and see if it fits. This says Hermes Paris, made in France. The interior of the pocket, just like on my other notebook, which I did not show you, is just the other side of the leather, so it's the suede. Let me look at something. The stamp on this. This one also says Hermes Paris, made in France. There's the inside, the suede there, and I'd swear that this one had a stamp in some place that had just a letter. I don't know much about Hermes stamping and all that, but don't they have like a single letter that they stamp that means something? I don't know enough about Hermes, but it is nice that it has the stiffness in there, because then you can hold the book, unlike the desk agenda, which it flops around on you. It just wants to fall if you try to hold it in your hand. It's really one that needs to be on a desk, hence the name. But this stays in place pretty well. This is almost like holding a binder. It has that kind of structure to it. Take a quick look at the glazing here. See how that is. Glazing looks great, and the stitching looks fine. I don't know if this is a handmade piece like the Birkin and Kelly's are supposed to be. Like, is everything at Hermes supposed to be handmade? But the stitching, people talk about Hermes stitching being so perfect. This is not perfect. It looks like anything else. Here's the big test. Will it fit? First of all, hold it up here. It looks like it's the right size to me. Let's look at the hooks. Maybe it'll fit. Let's try it. I want to point out on the spiral here that there is a gap where you can, I don't know, maybe push it down or crush it a little bit to make it fit into the loops. Or the hoops. Yeah, that allows you to bend the notebook just enough. Yes, it fits. Just enough to put it in there. Uh-oh. And I was just gonna say, and it doesn't fall out, and then that happened. But let me show you this. I have the bottom one on the hook. Oh, I see what happened. Pulled that out, it pulled the ring out. Probably just from me holding it the way I was holding it. So I just bend that back into place, put it back in. Now it doesn't seem to be falling out. Now this did fit just fine in the desk agenda, but like I mentioned when I unboxed it, one of the problems of having it in the desk agenda is that you have to slip the front or back into one of the pockets. This like $115 agenda refill has pretty designs on the front and the back, and I would like to be able to see those because I paid for them. So that's one of the reasons that I thought it would be good to get an Hermes agenda cover that it's made for and that it would fit in. And I just measured my notebook and I looked at the measurements of the cover before I bought it to hopefully select the right cover. And like I said, I bought it from the Real and it was $400. I think they don't sell this particular agenda anymore at Hermes as far as I could tell, but let me look it up here. They don't even have a GM size on the website. They have the Ulysses PM and the Ulysses MM notebook covers, what they're called. The PM size goes for $250, the MM is $340. So by that logic, I would guess that the GM, if they had it on the website, would be a little more than $400. So that seems about right for this. I showed you it did have 2 hooks, so I figured if this fit, and it does. It seems to be pulling on those hooks a little bit though. That could pose a problem. That what I would do is get the GM notebook. They have a lined notebook or a plain notebook. Those are, the plain one's $70 and the lined one is $80. So I could put one of those in there and have both of the hooks used and have the whole thing filled up like it's supposed to be. And here it is with the one notebook in there. So it definitely needs another one to take up that space, and then you can see how that is structured. It doesn't just fall flat like the desk agenda would. Why are those pages curled? No, that's not good. And also I added these tabs here for the months because it doesn't have them, and those fit perfectly inside. They don't hang out the ends there, as you can see. Another reason that I picked this particular cover was there was something about this leather that I really liked. It's something that a lot of people don't like, but I happen to really love it, and that is, I think you can see it from the angles there. Yeah, when I turn it, you can see that veining in it. Oh, I love that. I know it's not for everybody. If you look at it straight on, well, here in this light you can see it, but in person, if you look at it straight on, you don't see the veining at all. You only see it if you turn it and it catches the light. I think that's beautiful. Let's try to put a pen in here and see what will fit. These are 2 different sizes. Here's a little ballpoint. This one is from Pen Gems, and then this one's from, this is not the Swarovski one, it's a Swarovski knockoff. So the Pen Gems one, I guess I should hold it up so you can see me putting this in and see how easy or not it is. That just slips right down in there. Pretty simple, and that holds it well. The pen loop is just a little strip of leather. There's nothing fancy about it other than it being Hermes, and it's not stretchy. And then the wider pen, let's see, well, that also fits, maybe because leather does tend to give a little bit. Those both fit easily in there and snugly. I don't think having something with a bulky top like this would be a good idea, but let's see. That's a nice thin pen, fits, but then if I close it, it runs into the notebook and takes up a lot of space there, so I wouldn't want to keep a pen like that in this notebook. I do think it's very pretty. I think I need to just use it around the house a little bit and see how the spiral holds up and if those little pieces are going to bend more before I decide 100% whether I'll keep it and whether I'll spend another $80 on another notebook for it. And is it something that I would use long term is the question too, because it's very specific. The Hermes notebook covers pretty much have to have the Hermes notebooks in them. And do I want to buy an Hermes notebook every year? So far I've been very, very happy with this notebook. It's the perfect layout for me. It's the perfect size for me. I've enjoyed using it. It's thinner by about half an inch than my previous Agenda GM situation, which was the Louis Vuitton Agenda GM. And well, here's a whole year, and I'm talking about just the refills themselves. So this is what I was using. It's on a thicker paper for a whole year compared to this. And this paper is plenty thick, the Hermes one, and it has that beautiful gold edging and the pretty designs on it. And it actually gives me a little more writing space than my other ones did. And I guess while I have this Agenda GM from Louis Vuitton out, I should do a little side-by-side comparison there for you. So there they are. They're the same height. The Hermes Agenda is a little wider there, a little longer. And then there they are side by side. So they're about the same thickness, about an inch. And then here's the Desk Agenda. I will just add this to the stack here. Same height. You can't even tell which of the Louis Vuittons is the Desk Agenda and which is the Agenda GM, can you? This one is the GM. This one is the Desk Agenda. It's much more obvious from the front because the Desk Agenda doesn't have the clip. And of course, just in case you're not familiar with the Vuitton, it is a 6-ring system, a binder system, whereas the Desk Agenda, you just open it and it has a slip pocket on this side and another slip pocket on this side to slip in a notebook. And I've said in previous videos, this is my favorite agenda because it's the most versatile for me. It's not structured at all, so it's floppy. When you have one notebook in it, it takes the shape of that notebook. You can stack a second notebook in it and it'll be wider and take the shape of the 2 notebooks. So it's very, very versatile. This would be the least versatile by far because you have to buy the Hermes products. The Vuitton GM Agenda would be right there in the middle because you can buy the Vuitton Agenda refills, but you can also, like I've done, buy third-party refills that are A5 sized and 6-hole punched, and there are plenty of options available for that. All right, I have to say, first impressions, I'm not in love with this. It's very pretty. I like it. The limitations give me pause. I mean, I definitely would not mind having that in my collection. Who doesn't want more Hermes in their collection? However, do I really want to spend $400 on a piece that wouldn't be as long term as the other 2 are? And then if I want to continue using it next year, I'm forced into buying their refills. I don't know. I'm on the fence because I'm really enjoying that refill. What do you guys think? Do any of you have an Hermes Agenda system? What do you think of it? Worth it? Not worth it? On the pre-loved market, they tend to go for more than that, I think. I don't know. There's quite a range in prices, actually, depending on a few different things. But I've definitely seen them up in the $600 range, which is where the Louis Vuitton ones are priced. So what are your opinions, especially if you do have an Hermes Agenda or notebook cover? I'd love to hear what you think about yours in the comment section below. And make sure to check out the description box below this video because I will post links to a few of those products. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate it. I hope you and your loved ones are doing well. I hope to see you back here next time, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.